Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Thomas Daniel Ince, and today I'll be going through all the books that I've read from 2024 to 2025, and we'll start with Alexa Chung's It. I bought this quite, recently, in the past maybe 6 months or so, and because I think Alexa Chung's had a bit of a resurgence, and she's still a nut girl, and so I wanted to see what her book was like, and so I bought it, and yeah, it's good for Alexa Chung fans, um, but there's not really a lot in there like outside of being Alexa Chung fan, so I bought it, and I also gifted it to a friend, um, along with a copy of Breakfast at Tiffany's to my friend Lucy. So, hi Lucy, if you're watching this, sending you lots of love and a Merry Christmas to you and your family. And then the second book that I read in the past 2 years is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I got quite far into the book, um, but I didn't finish it. And maybe it wasn't the right time to make the changes in my life to um, to do what the book says, which is follow the one path that makes your heart sing, um, and so yeah, so I will come back to this in the future. I think a third book that I have read in the past 2 years has been Sex and the City by Candice Bushnell, and I've read about just over halfway. I've got a post-it note in on chapter 18, out of, just bear with me, 27. So yeah, like just over halfway. Um, and I really enjoyed this book, and I'm a big fan of Sex and the City, and a big fan of the films, and the not as big as a fan as Just Like That, but as a fan of the Sex and the City series, I was very happy that they made those additional um, films and seasons within Just Like That. So um, I I enjoyed the book and really liked most of the similarities, and enjoyed the differences as well. So I do recommend Sex and the City. If you're a casual reader, it's good to take on holiday with you. And then another book that is great for holidays is Bridget Jones's Diary. I'm the same. I get halfway into a book, and then sorry, there's just something on here. There we go. They're they're kept in my bedroom, and it gets a bit dusty sometimes. Um, it is a good read, by Helen Fielding. Oh yeah, and it's a good read, and I really enjoyed the book so far. But I think it's one of those books that you reread over and over again because it's just so enjoyable, and the films are great too. So I'm a big fan of Bridget Jones' Diary and the films. I did start The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and have I got notes in here? I did highlight one thing, and it was I was supposed to be having the time of my life, on the second page, on page 2, sorry, and I made it. Oh, and I've done a bit more. I've also highlighted. There must be quite a few things a hot bath won't cure, but I don't know many of them. Whenever I'm sad, I'm going to die, or so nervous I can't sleep, or in love with somebody I won't be seeing for a week, I slump down just so far, and then say, I'll go take a hot bath. I meditate in the bath, and I also highlighted, I never feel so much myself as when I'm in a hot bath. Uh, so I must have really enjoyed those words, and I would like to continue reading the Bell Jar. So I'll probably start again, um, because I know how iconic it is, and there are lots of people out there that want to continue the um, Sylvia Plath's legacy. So I maybe may get into her poetry once I've read this. Let me know what you think. Um, and then speaking of poetry, my brother bought me Dean Atter's The Black Flamingo, which is a poetry book, and I've read all of this. And maybe I'll do a video on his poetry or their poetry, depending on. I think it's his. It could be their pronouns. It's a beautiful book, um, and I don't know if many people know about this. So I will. I could be wrong, but um, I would like to do a video on his poetry. So if you maybe an ASMR one, if you're interested, comment below and let me know. I can't remember what number we're on, but another book that I read every year is well, this book I read every year, but what I've read in the past 2 years is Violet the Backwards Over the Grass by Lana Del Rey. It's probably my favourite poetry book that's ever been made, and not because it's Lana Del Rey, but because of how beautiful the book is, and I love the typewriter. I love the selection of photographs. I love that. I know you can't see, but like it's so it's you can tell talents been put into it, and yet it's so simple. And the cover is also beautiful. But I would have liked to have seen maybe something that Lana would, and maybe she's not very. I mean, she's got to be artistic because she makes music. But maybe more than just a selfie, I would have liked a portrait or something that connected me to her on the front cover. Because I don't know if Orange just really speaks of Violet but backwards over the grass, but obviously maybe to some people it does. But I would have liked to have seen on the front cover maybe a portrait or something a bit more. Yeah, yeah. Let me know what you think. And I've read some of Lana Del Rey's poetry uh, on my YouTube page, so please have a look through. And I definitely have read Happy and LA Who I Am to Love You. If that I might have butchered that. Um, 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 what else? Sport Cruiser. I've read that, so um, please check out that poetry. And then, speaking of pop stars that have made poetry, here is Eat the World by Marina the Diamandis, who used to be Marina the Diamonds and now goes by Marina. And I've read some of her poetry on my YouTube page. So I'll post links to both Lana Del Rey, my version of Lana Del Rey poetry, and Marina's poetry in the comment section below, in the description box, sorry, and then you can comment on which ones are your favourites in the comment section below. I just think, you know, it's um, it's nice to have poetry by the musicians that you love, and so if you're a fan of Marina, then this is definitely a buy. You know, to add to your collection, or your friend's collection, or partner's collection. Um, as you know from watching my videos, and if you don't know and you knew, I used to suffer with psychosis, and now that on the medication that I'm on, now I don't. But I was recommended a book called Shamans Among Us, which is about schizophrenia, shamanism, and the evolutionary origins of religion. And so I read quite, um, quite. Let me get to. Actually, I didn't read a lot, but I studied psychology for a very short period of time, and really enjoyed it. I didn't get to finish it because I couldn't afford living in London, so I um, came home and then was ill shortly after, and um, this book I've highlighted some of. Yeah, so you can see I didn't get very far, but I think it's about your past life, or why do some people see things that other people can't see, and why do some people don't? And I think it's all about these. Well, they mention shamanism theory, and just about um, just just they mention a lot of stuff about um, that some people are more susceptible than others to fall ill or see things, and how it's just really interesting to see what psychologists and psychotherapists and psychiatrists say about mental illness, and how it actually used to help people, and they used to go and see people that used to see things because they had contact with, or they thought had contact with the other realms. So that's a very interesting read. So if you're um, uh, struggling with mental health, um, psychosis, or this is an interesting read, and I promise I will get further into this book because it is an interesting topic. It's just a very heavy topic because um, it makes you think about times when you're not so well. So I would like to read more of this, and maybe I'll do a review on it in the future. Back to pop stars that have made albums. Pop stars that have made poetry books. I have Halsey's, and I've got something in here. What have I got in here? Oh, I've got to where I was, and I've got. Oh, it's a poem that I've got in here. It's please hear what I'm not saying. Um, by Chelsea Finn. Yeah, Chelsea Finn. Um, I've obviously got to a certain place in the book, and I've left my poetry. It was not my poetry, but it's one of my favorite poems, if not the favorite. Um, so yeah, this is Halsey, and as you can see, I didn't get as that far, but yeah, so a chunk of the way in. So this is another one of see, this is I know Halsey's a painter, so I assume she painted this, and she scanned it in, and that was part of her I Would Leave Me If I Could poetry collection. So that's something that I like more than The Violet Bent Backward Over the Grass. Like um, Lana's had someone do this, and then Halsey's done that herself. I think that's what I assume. I can't really comment much on the poetry because um, I haven't read all of it. So let me know if you're interested in me doing a Halsey poetry collection, or my favourite. Maybe I'll pick my favourites from the book and I'll do a reading. If that's so, comment below in the comment section below, and let me know if you're a fan of Halsey. So that's Halsey. another read that I read every year, especially around now, as it gets to Christmas, is Kate Bush's How to Be Invisible. I'm a big fan of Kate Bush, and this is simply it's easy reading because it's for fans, and for people that aren't fans, because it's a lyric book. It's quite big, but if you're a fan of Kate Bush's music, um, it's very beautiful, and there can be poems in their own right. I'll be reading this later about maybe 50 Words for Snow or something. So if you would like me to read 50 Words for Snow, because that's essentially a poem to music, um, um, I would read that on YouTube if you'd like me to. Just let me know in the comment section below if you would like me to read anything from Kate Bush's How to Be Invisible. Back to some more. Well, actually, no, this is the first of the self-help books. So I got quite far reading The Source by Dr. Tara Swart. I thought she was really interesting as a psychologist who has been on telly and been on YouTube talking a lot about loads of different theories and thoughts. And I got about a third of the way into this book, and uh, you know, I thought it was interesting. I'm very into the universe, and lots of um, thoughts about. I'm trying to remember what happened in it. I'll just have a quick scan. Yeah, I'm very into like picking an intention, um, and meditating, and the law of attraction, and it was a very interesting take on the law of attraction. So, um, calling it the source rather than calling it God or universe. It was her version of it. So it's a read that I will go back to, and will invest some reading time into, because it's a topic that I'm really interested in, and I would like to know any more. And I know The Secret is another book that also is on a similar topic, that I would like to read, and I think I started it a few years ago, but I have it in a drawer, but I haven't quite got the feeling to read it. So I've read this one instead. So if you could recommend me any other universal self-help books, feel free to, because I would love to hear. Yeah, I'd love to hear more. And then I've got a bookmark in Michelle Knight Waite's The Power of You. She is a tarot reader, Michelle Knight Tarot, and I was very interested in her because she does a monthly Sagittarius, and I'm a Sagittarius, horoscope on YouTube, and then she mentioned in one of them that she had a book coming out, and so I thought it was quite interesting. As you can see, I've got to about a third of the way. It's always a third of the way. It's, it's always a third or halfway, and it's all about, like the title says, the power of you, and finding ways to manifest and becoming the more powerful and more successful version of yourself. So I would recommend this. I mean, I know I haven't got very far, but yeah, manifest your wildest dreams in 7 steps. It's nice. It's nice because you know, it's a nice way to um, um, you know, think about what you want in life and then try and achieve it. So, and ultimately, it benefits you the reader, and so it's quite intimate, and um, yeah. So if you don't know what to get for someone for Christmas, anything from um, that long list of that my tower of books is going to fall. So anything from all those books will be great. I will also mention that I've something that I've just started rereading from the. I got to chapter 18 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and I loved the TV series, and so I thought I've got to invest in the book, and that doesn't happen all the time. When you really enjoy something, and and you think, because I'm not the biggest reader, even though I want to become a writer, um, and I've written newspaper articles, and I have a blog, and I have poetry published in on the radio. Um, I, as you can see, I get to about halfway and then get distracted, or I move on to something else, and so to really grab me is really hard. And I've just got to almost halfway, and it's not the longest read, because this is easy reading for a reader, but I really found this really um, funny in parts. It's a very serious topic about, how do I word it? Um, a young girl dies, and she's well, actually, she's never found. Suspected. She's suspected to be dead, and a family and their son get blamed, and then he dies, and they rule it out as a suicide. And one girl called Pip thinks this is out of the ordinary, and the police say that it was a killing of the guy that killed himself. And she thinks years later on, it's been like 2 years later, she thinks, no, there's something not quite right here. And so she gets in touch with the family and meets the brother of the boy that killed himself, supposedly, and does it as part of her topic for her independent study about the case of the young girl that went missing. And so it's really interesting reading, and it's good if you're a fan of the television series, because and then I was in a library once, and a girl walked by and she said best book ever, and that was when she walked past me, in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So um, it's definitely got a fan following, and so if you don't know what to get someone for Christmas, I would recommend this book. Um, um, I mean, it's not. I mean, the topic is quite adult, but I think teenagers could read it. I think young adults could read it. I think. I mean, I'm in my early 30s and I'm enjoying it. So, as you can see, it's been in my backpack and it's a bit weather damaged, but I've dried it out and it's okay. And I've made it to chapter 20, and me, because I've seen the television series, I kind of know what's coming up, but there's some extra stuff in here that I don't think was in the television series because I don't remember it, and it's interesting to see the bits that were missed out and why, and yeah, quite interesting. I could be wrong, but I I am enjoying it so far. And then my last book, um, that I'm about halfway through reading, is On Sun Swallowing by Dakota Warren. I'm quite a big fan, and I follow Dakota Warren. And but I haven't read all this. I'll be honest. I'm the same with all my books. I take my time. I'm a slow reader, and if I get distracted by TikTok or Instagram, or I've got work or whatever it is, I move on from things very quickly. And so, as you can see, I have got oh no, my books fell. A long list of books to choose from. Some are easy reads, like the poetry. I find poetry really easy to read and grasp, and so I should become a bigger Dakota Warren fan. And I would like to do in a future video a Dakota Warren reading of my favourite poems from the book. So once I've finished this, I would like to pick my favourite ones and do a reading. If you'd like to see that, please comment below in the comment section below. And I think that's all the books from the past 2 years that I've started, and some are near finishing, and some are just at the beginning. But I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and if you've made it this far, I mean, it's 26 minutes in, and I hope you've seen something that you've either resonated with, or it's last minute shopping for Christmas and you don't know what to get. I mean, Christmas will be over by the time you watch this, because by the time I've uploaded this, and by the time that people actually watch it, Christmas will be over. So next Christmas, you can maybe get something along these lines for a loved one. But you know, if you've seen something that you like, comment below in the comment section below which ones that you're interested in and why. I would love to know why. And if you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of it, and recommend me books that you've bought from anything that's recommended from what I have chosen. Any similar artists, any similar writers, any similar themes and stories. I think when you see what someone is interested in book wise, you can kind of see what kind of person they are. So like me on Sex and City and Bridget Jones, and the poetry books from the musicians. I've got them here next to me, that's why I'm turning. And the self-help books. And I mean, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was a bit out of style for me, because I haven't really read a non-fiction book in a long while, not since school. So yeah, feel free to comment below in the comment section below. I know I say that a lot, but I really do like interacting with you guys, and it's good to see you, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with lots of love. Mwah, from me to you. It's been Thomas Daniel Ince, that's me, and I'm sending you lots of love. Have a Happy New Year and a great 2025, 26. Lots of love. Mwah, bye.